I think we're live. Hello everyone, welcome to Rising Phoenix round number 1 here at Australia. I am your commentator and league owner, HyperWarsCon. I'm here with my commentator, only here on Saturdays, DCL.
Hello.
Hi. So we're here for round number 1. We're really excited to have this stream underway. We're excited to have the season underway. It's going to be a fun one. You've got 17 drivers here tonight, all ready to battle that out at Australia. But before we start, I will just go through the teams so that everyone's aware, along with who's here tonight. So, teams are Crackerjack and Paraplays, with Crackerjack as the first driver. SSR Phoenix, who's not here today, and F1 Mantle's back. Then we have 22K15 and Racing Maestro. Then we have Luke Vettel and RTYT Sad Diablo. Then in Haas, neither of the drivers have shown up today. Hassan can't because he's at work for the next 4 weeks, so won't be able to race. And Colin, who's just not available for today. So we have Polanco from the Dominican Republic, who's in his own team. Well, not just generally speaking, but he's in Haas today. That he's got his own separate team for reserves, which are custom teams, which is a thing we added in this league. But I'll talk more about that later. Then in McLaren we have Black Phoenix and F1 Buttons is back. In Racing Point we have Mago and Haswas. In Alpha we have Shaman Khan, Bazooka Joe. Bazooka Joe and Tibson, but Shaman Khan, who's in his own team as well, is replacing Tibson. Then in Toro Rosso we have RKI and BJ, who share one seat, with High Grade and Sky Spinning, who share the other, but neither of them are available. And finally in Williams we have Agent Limitless and Hazza. So Dean, have you put the link in the chat yet?
It doesn't say we're live on YouTube.
Oh, that's because you actually have to go onto the YouTube channel.
Yep, I have, and it's not.
Well, it'll just be on my channel.
I bet it is.
Nope, it's not on my channel. It is live. It's definitely live. I know it's live.
Let's see. Can you link it down because it's not showing up?
Yeah, I'll go link it. Okay. I'll go link it. Whilst I do that, do you want to go and read them through the comments?
Well, I can't read through the comments if I don't have the YouTube.
No, I meant through the chat, not the comments. I'm just an idiot, okay, shush.
Oh, the chat.
Yeah,
yes.
see it, like, just read, no, not out loud, but read through it in your head or something. See if there's anything that I need to know. Also, me and Dean, or DCL, what do you prefer to be called on stream?
Dean.
Okay, so
Dean.
Me and Dean, obviously, I'm Hyper, that's Dean. So, we'll be here, not just being your commentators, we'll be looking at instants as well. So, yeah. So basically we're doing quite a bit, but whilst we look at instants during the race, and after the race we've got separate stewards who do stuff, as well as me, who's just, going to be up all night, because I've got a lot of stats to fill in at the end of this race. No, at the end of every race as well. Who's that? Oh, of course, it's one driver who's not rated up. But anyway, which one? Obviously, it's your job to go read through the chat, so good luck with that one.
Yep. It's just really struggling to get this YouTube video to work.
Well, apparently you're quite quiet. Is there a way for you to turn your mic up?
I seen that's whenever I was trying to describe to you before that the YouTube video wasn't live for me.
Oh.
It's still not, it's not letting me access the video.
Oh.
And just a technical difficulty. I'll get this fixed.
This is why you shouldn't have an Android.
Yeah,
I'm firing shots, but I've got an Android too, but I'm using my iPad for the stream and stuff. Speaking of, it's got no charge.
Here we go. I think it's working. I think we're good.
Okay, so whilst you're doing that, I will do nothing. So, from this point next season onwards, we'll actually have quite a lot of stats to talk about. So, in this point of the race, or quali, we'll be saying the fastest lap at Australia was by Jeff from down the pub. And if you know me quite well, that's a saying I
Never knew Jeff down at the pub was hitting pole positions in Formula 1.
Oh, mate. You know that was Pastor Maldonado before he became an F1 racer.
The first car out is going to be Haas.
Which one? There's like 5 Hazards.
Oh, it's Haas UK in the Williams car.
Yeah, there's Hassan, there's Hazar, there's Haswas, and yeah.
Haas comes out on the soft tyres for his warm-up lap.
So, what would you say the strat is for an Australia race? Obviously, that's 50%.
Well, it definitely could pull off a 2-stop if you're one of the quicker drivers at the front, but from the data analysis that was ran earlier in the week in practice, definitely seems like medium the optimal strategy. But I think we could see some drivers playing it, like drivers that would be on the cusp of from P7 to P12, definitely playing to go P11 to start on a new pair of mediums and go on to the hards, so they have the best tyre quality.
So 1 or 2 stop depending if you're the fastest or if you're not fast enough.
Yes, definitely.
Obviously, there's 7 people.
Oh, there's already been a crash.
Who is it?
F1 Mansell just spun on the fast chicane.
Ah, that's his front wing probably gone.
Yes, he's continued on. Luckily, it looks like there's the left end plate is almost completely gone. As he tries to track the car back.
That is a big blow for Ferrari here. Currently without one driver, and now their other one is having problems with his wing. Next thing you know, strategy problems.
Ooh, shots fired.
There'll always be shots fired.
Driver today that it seems, yeah.
Yeah. SR Phoenix unable to turn up, unfortunately.
As we follow on with Haas now, who's just had a real tank slapper there.
That should affect his lap time quite badly, actually. Maybe a good 5/10 off his lap time at least there. I expect Paul to be in the 121s, maybe 120s today. And depending on who...
I think that we definitely have to look out for is the Toro Rosso car of RKI. He last season was a little bit underperforming, but he has got quality, and that Toro Rosso car isn't the slowest.
Well, I think for me, the driver to watch out for today will be Black Phoenix. Was our official, well, unofficial Season 0 champion. Turned up to actually every race apart from 2. And, you know, one with at least 100 points to spare, so I really think he can get the win today.
Who's now in Sector 1, that's going to be Swanee, who just had a crash. It looks like most of his front wing is going to be missing now.
As Hazard set a 122.8. Now, I actually just need to check. Do I have...
Yeah,
oh my.
In Sector 3 now.
You know what I forgot in our points standings thing?
Yes.
Not standings, sorry, our things. I forgot most driver of the days. That is the most important points of all.
Definitely.
You can't have F1 without driver of the day.
As Luke Vettel, YT sets pole, and then he's beat by Agent Limitless with a 121.5, the other Williams car.
Well, Limitless...
Soft tyres from all. Looks like that's the strategy they're going to be playing.
Well, currently, Polanco, RKI and Artis Sadiablo all in the 124. It's very, very tight between them as well. And also very tight between Luke Vettel and Mago.
There's just been another crash there now. Has spun. A lot of people spinning today.
It's the first race of the season. Oh, Bazooka Joe. Is this holding up his teammate here? Or are they...
there's collisions! Oh my!
This is, I think this is the F1 game just being horrible, but no! Oh, Shan's...
Oh, and he's out.
Oh, unlucky for Shan. He crashed in practice as well today. And now to crash in the race as well. Well, quali. Not going to be a good start for him.
I'd just like to point out that the practice was wet practice all weekend, so drivers are trying to get together with the nice dry track here not had time to develop their setups as much. That's why we see certain cars maybe going for the hard tyres like RKI, trying to get a grip in the first bit of qualifying, or that could be a ploy for him to go onto his mediums and, for him to go onto the mediums and possibly qualify on them.
Well, I sure hope you're right, as I'd like to see a very good race from some drivers like RKR today. But we are on board with Mansell's back. Just want to see what he can do today. See if he can get a good lap time. He's down to the corner where he spun last time. It's looking better, but not fast enough, if I do say so myself. And I know, I'm the opposite speed. Hat jokes, because I can roast myself.
Okay, I now going in through the first sector. It's a bit wide there now, but he's holding the car together on these little degraded hard tyres. Definitely not what he's going to be qualifying on, though. We know the Toro Rosso team are quite aggressive when it comes to qualifying, and they do play back up to the Red Bull team. But in recent time, they have challenged them. What's your opinion on that?
I honestly think that Red Bull could be given a challenge today by RKI. I do think that he is a strong contender. However, I'm not so sure if RKI will be able to carry Toro Rosso alone. So that could be interesting. But speaking of drivers, Bazooka Joe set his lap of 124.4, Mansell's back put in a 124.9, and Parrot on the mediums has set a 126 dead on. So also
we haven't really talked about the Mercedes cars yet, and looks like both of them are on the mediums here as of right now.
Well, yes. In fact, currently Para looking to set another lap, I believe, with Crackerjack also just out on one as well. And another strange thing to point out is that both the McLaren and the Ferrari cars actually have brothers in each team. So F1 Buttons is back is the brother of F1 Mansell's back, as Black Phoenix sets a very good lap of 121.0. Is that, or is that 8? I can't tell.
That is 0.
There, thank you. But yeah, so Buttons back and Mansell's back are brothers, whilst Black Phoenix and SSR Phoenix are also both brothers. So quite a coincidence.
A lot of rivalry as Black Phoenix did move from the Mercedes team to McLaren.
Just doing
right.
it. And yes, an anti-Lewis Hamilton.
Basically.
Yeah. Anyway, we're on board with Swanee, seeing what he can do here. Swanee, I would say, is one of the midfield drivers for this season. Obviously, first driver at Red Bull over Racing Maestro. But after coming in very late to the end of Season 0, he really worked hard and was actually the best reserve that we had in the league. So he got the most out of the reserve table. So I think he can definitely finish mid-table this season. And if not, try and, fight for at least top 5.
You've seen there, Polanco had a spin around in the Haas car. He's lost some of his front wing, it seems. Yes, the left end plate. He's going to be coming in on his mediums. Very unfortunate there for the new driver in the Caterham team, I think it is.
No, sorry.
No, he's in the Not Rich Energy.
Yes. So I'll explain the names on that as well, just because a lot of people will be confused. We have 3 reserve drivers in this league. I will very quickly go through their names. So the Shaman Can being one of them. I've just clicked on the wrong Excel thing. But yeah, the Shaman Can, Oliver Combe-Toist, and as well, as we can see, M. Polanco. All 3 of them can make most races. However, we just don't have enough seats to give them all places, so they've been put as reserves. However, to be fair to them, we have given them teams to fight for constructors as well. And we decided to let them have a bit of fun and name their own teams. So the Shaman Can decided to name his team Caterham F1, along with Oliver Combe-Toist. And what's his name? Polanco was given the team Not Rich Energy, just to annoy people. Rich Energy. yeah, that's kind of how I saw it at least.
Yes. Well, the Rich Energy team is fraudulent to say the least.
Yes. To say the least, at least.
As we,
I'm going to ride on board with Crackerjack.
Diablo's coming out the pits. He's just helped his teammate up a little bit there. His teammate would be Luke Vettel. He's just cost him a little bit of lap time.
So currently looking at the qualifying times so far, the top 5 have all set their time on the softs. The 6th place RKI has set his time on the hards.
He's now going on to the mediums, it seems, as Black Phoenix has just came out on the hard with 6 minutes to go here in qualifying.
This could be a very exciting one here. If Black Phoenix can improve on that time, which is very doubtable, that could be a very killer time.
Very interesting strategy by the McLaren team to send on the hard. McLaren have in the past been a generally good team with strategy, I must say.
Well, we've been seeing that recently with in real life Lando Norris and Carlos Sainz working brilliantly, and they haven't really been screwed over that much. So definitely think they could. Well, the McLaren team here will be good ones to see. As Crackerjack comes home at 123.3. Now I'm expecting this top 10 fight to be around about the 123.5 margin. As currently 8th place is on a 124, but with a lot of people still yet to set a lap time, 3 of them in fact.
I think Crackerjack's going to be quite disappointed with that lap time, as RKI managed to set that 123.1 on a pair of hards. Crackerjack on the mediums with a 123.3. That's 0.2 of a difference.
Well, it does show you there are a lot of people with different paces.
There's definitely a discrepancy between the tyres. There's probably a 9, maybe 0.8 gap between the softs and mediums, and then maybe a 1.4 second gap for the hards. It really does depend though on the driver and how they use them tyres.
Obviously some drivers are more conservative than others. I can tell you one example of that being Swanee. A very good balanced driver. Can attack when he needs to, but is often very defensive. As Racing Maestro comes in at 123.6 on the softs, in 9th place as well. It looks like he could be knocked out of that top 10 shootout very, very quickly. Well, I say shootout, I mean.
Black Phoenix now, it seems like he's actually a little bit up on his time on the hards, which is a real surprise.
So I'm guessing that soft lap for him was a banker.
His lines, but he might have got invalidated there, as I seen him run over, basically cutting the corner there in the fast left right.
I'll just check now so that everyone can see. Nope, he has not been invalidated. He has to be a 121.0. I mean, currently he looks set to do so. But I think he'll... Oh, nope, he's going back into the pits.
I guess he's just scrubbing them tyres in for what he's going to use them in the race. That seems like what he's just done. Smart there by Black Phoenix to make sure he has 1 tyres.
Now, I actually believe...
I'm
sorry.
That might really impact Black Phoenix now. He might not have enough time to get back out and do another lap.
And currently, if you are in the lead by 0.5 though, would you go out for another lap? Maybe.
I think I would, yes, especially with the amount of soft tyres he has. It's doubtful that he's going to use 3 soft tyres in the race, so a very low chance of that happening. So I think now he goes on another pair of soft tyres just to cement himself at the top and hope that maybe Agent Limitless or maybe even RKI on the mediums doesn't beat him, as RKI will be planning on coming out there in the next few seconds.
Well, currently the only other person out on track doing lap times, well, apart from Swanee and... Actually, no, quite a few people on lap times, my apologies. But near the top, Mago's currently just finishing his soft lap time. It's looking very good and looks very challenging to Black Phoenix's time. This could be a very good one here. And it will be a 121.5, just slower than Agent Limitless, but now 0.5 in front of Luke Vettel.
He's got a good catch up now for to get Black Phoenix, which is not going to happen more than likely. But I think if Luke Vettel and has maybe RKI can keep their lap times down, they will avoid that. But as we watch RKI, he's in the top 6 on the mediums. It looks like he's qualifying on. Most people have done the softs. The complete opposite and bipolar to what I predicted. Most people going on the mediums in the qualifying today.
See, I think drivers who can save their tyres are definitely going to be looking at trying the softs to hards and maybe go on softs at the end if needed to set fastest lap.
Yes, definitely.
Obviously, fastest lap point still counts.
Kind of a gap like Black Phoenix possibly could gain at the front or anybody else, but I think right now, given the analysis run and stuff, I think right now the favourite to win this Grand Prix is definitely Black Phoenix.
Oh, there's no doubt on that one. And I agree with you all the way with that.
RKI out though in his second year here. He's a quick driver.
See, you just love RKI. Just because
Polanco coming at the pit now. Oh, nearly taken out RKI there, but he continues on. And Polanco coming out with not enough time though, it seems.
And anyone on an out lap is very stuck right now. Anyone in the pits is also stuck. So I'm presuming that Para, Swanee, and Black Phoenix are all happy with their times, or as good as they can be.
Black Phoenix has went into the pit after his soft tires look like they might have invalidated or something, but he's in the pits, and that's the time that he's going to set.
Swanee's retired as Mago's also gone back into the pits. Bazooka Joe will be coming through 123.3, and that's just into the top 10, pushing Racing Maestro outside of it. But for how long is the question?
Swanee could possibly get some luck here if he's pushed out to P11. That's the optimal starting position for someone in that area, as I said before. But RKI now in the last sector. Will he be able to improve and possibly get into the top 4, the top 2 rows of the grid on them medium tyres? That would really suit him well in this race.
When everyone...
The corner now, the last corner. There he goes down the straight.
Here we go.
And
it's a 122.7. Not enough of an improvement, but it will keep 6th place. Yeah. Of course.
Now watch Agent Limitless in the last sector. Now he's coming towards the penultimate corner. He's probably the only one that could challenge Black Phoenix here in the Williams car. Is he up on his time?
Looking at it, I don't think it's possible here. And it could be. No, it is. He's done it. He's done it. Agent Limitless is pole. He's pole by 5/10.
But no, don't count Hazel and Luke Vettel out now. They are still on their laps.
Oh, and if Luke Vettel's about to put
seconds.
Wow.
Agent Limitless is provisional pole right now.
I thought he couldn't do it, but he did. And you know what? Luke Vettel and still could get their times. I still think they could very much so get some good times.
There goes Haz now. Will he improve?
No.
He doesn't.
Well, he does improve, but not much.
But there's Luke Vettel now. Will he be able to break past Cracker Jack, Mago, Black Phoenix, and Agent Limitless?
Oh, Cracker Jack got into the top 4. That was unexpected. Now. Luke Vettel coming across the line. We are 121.7, and that just beats Cracker Jack by 2 tenths, and he is up into 4th. And that is the end of qualifying. So, do you want me to do the the qualifying rundown for us?
Go for it. Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so, Limitless, Black Phoenix, Mago, Luke Vettel, Crackerjack, Hazza, RKI on mediums, Polanco, San Diablo, Racing Maestro, Haswas, then 3 mediums of Button, Bazooka Joe, Swanee, then Sauce of Paraplays and Mansell's back. I honestly think the best team out there today, I don't even know who can call it. Maybe the Renaults have done best so far, getting 4th and 9th.
No, definitely the Williams, in my opinion.
Oh, actually, no, yeah, the Williams, 1st and 5th, 6th.
Bipolar to real life.
I mean, wow. Well, to be fair, one Williams is
I must
actually
say
decent
there,
nowadays.
now, the star of the qualifying definitely for me has to be RKI putting that lap
Oh,
time
no,
in
no,
on the
no.
mediums.
Stop saying that RKI. Come on. He may have been the best mediums.
Put in on them mediums. That is crazy. He was 3/10 off some of the top 6 drivers there on soft tires. That is quality now. Wait until you see in the race. I'm putting my money on RKI to fight for a podium. Bank it. Put it on my name.
I'll put it on your name, fine. And if he doesn't win it, you're not to boast about RKI like this again. Unless he deserves it. Unless he deserves it. Yeah.
I think as of right now, the Red Bull Helmut Marko is grabbing his bags, throwing the Red Bull jerseys in the bin and getting himself a Toro Rosso one. I'm telling you.
And I'm telling you now, I forgot if I put a formation lap on.
Well, be aware, people, there might not be a formation lap. There is. Thank God.
Yeah, no worries. So, as for tyre changes, Shanman Khan, Mansell's back, Paraplay, well, they both on the mediums. Paraplays has joined us the hards, Swanee on the softs, Bazooka Joe on the hards, and then Martin's back, Haswas, all both on the softs. Now, what we're supposed to look at in here is if anyone overtakes anyone.
Keeping my eyes out now,
so,
make sure nobody is.
Obviously, if they give the position back, then it's understandable, but we have said that people lose penalty points if they have overtaken people.
Looks like Paraplays and Bazooka Joe have went for the hards there. That's an interesting call by them. The hards are quite slow, but I would definitely think that Swanee was an F1 button. Might have made a bad choice on them softs. They're contending with other soft drivers. I definitely would have tried playing a different strategy, trying to get some points.
I definitely think out of them all, I think Swanee's looking to go the longest on his tyres, and I honestly think that if he'd gone on the hards, he wouldn't be as high up as he wants to be. I mean, I just know from the drivers that I know very well, but for example, Swanee likes to be near the front by the time the pit stop phases are done, so that then when he pits, he can be out fresh air, fresh tyres. It doesn't look like anyone's made an overtake on anyone else yet.
As we watch the Shanman, he's a ridiculous amount of miles back here. That's ridiculous. He's freezing up everybody else's tyres at this point.
And that will have to be looked at by the stewards. So I'm actually just going to put that in chat, so people know the Shanman can. We did put this down in our rule set, which you can read up in the chat. You're not allowed to do this, so Shanman, Shanman incident
as the
formation.
main drivers are pulling up on their grid now, Shanman's only in Sector 2 coming into Sector 3. That's going to freeze up Agent Limitless's tyres. They're going to be absolutely Baltic.
Do you mind
even the people in front of them?
Could you mind putting it in the chat that Shanman?
I'll do it in the YouTube chat.
No, in the league chat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shanman now hurrying it up. 40 seconds other drivers had to wait on the grid, even longer.
Wait, did you count that?
There has to be some references for there. No, it says the interval.
Oh, yeah. Damn. So, Shanman currently looking at an instant already, having the worst qualifying, obviously just of his crash, and now...
Here we go now, 5 red lights.
I've got the wrong view.
Go, 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 go! What is happening? Wow, the lights are showing up. Now
we're underway.
Gone.
Finally.
It's a bad start for Luke.
Oh my gosh, who's that? Williams got a great start there. Well, obviously not Agent Limitless, but his teammate has it up into 4th already.
Someone's around.
Who is around currently? Oh, it's Luke Vettel who's around. He's not had the best start, and Button's back's overtaking Haswas around the outside. As Bazooka Joe's in the middle of a Red Bull sandwich nearer the back. We're just going to see how Luke Vettel is at the back. He's not doing so hot.
Maybe we should watch the front.
I am watching the front.
Is down now.
Man, the Williams though, both in 2nd and 4th. And Hazard's looking like he wants to have a go at almost everyone in this blimmin' league.
Crackerjack up behind him. Polanco, who got by him now, he's coming with the slipstream.
Crackerjack looking to
There's
get up the inside.
There.
Ooh, that's not a place you got the inside on, but Crackerjack managed to pull it off.
RKI now, as we watch, he's getting them Polanco in the mediums. His tires would have been even more coated than the other people, but they're warming up by now, definitely.
Currently looking like Luke Vessels ain't been able to catch back up to the back of the pack. Not the best start from him. In fact, I've said it's one of the worst starts that we've had. Obviously, if he does catch up back, I really think he'll deserve driver of the day for it. But that's to save until the end of today's race.
Battling back as Diablo and F1 buttons back. Diablo gets ahead.
Looking down at 7th and 8th, currently Haswas and Polanco both having a little bit of a battle here. They're both very close to each other. Whilst Buttons is...
Button and Diablo. Diablo's ran wide there by Button.
Ooh.
And it looks like Maestro's got him as well.
Racing Maestro coming in there on RTYT. And that was
Shanman seems to be around, I think. Yep, the Shanman's had a crash.
Ooh, so Shanman really not of a good start.
And he's left.
And to be honest, for Shanman, that is a shambles of a start to the season.
A shambles, some would say.
I did just say that. As Mago's round, and Mago's crashed it after the fast chicane. He's now gone behind everyone. Well, everyone up to his teammate.
What a shame for Mago as we watch on RKI now behind Crackerjack and Haz. It looks like he's poaching for a move here, possibly, as Agent Limitless and Black Phoenix stick with each other. As we head now, DRS is going to be available on this lap.
Oh, what's happened with Hazard?
Around. Oh my.
Crackerjack and Hazard both around. I think Mago's just... Oh no, Mago's going back into the pits. Limitless, the fastest lap of the race so far, and it's been a very, very eventful start to the race. I was about to say both of the Williams doing very well, but with Hazard now down in 11th, it's not looking like the best start for him. As Racing Maestro's round as well. Oh no, that's not Racing Maestro. Who was it who just went around? I could have sworn I saw someone in the wall. Could have sworn I saw someone in the wall. So anyway, by lap 3, DRS is now enabled. Looking at position changes, the best race start has obviously gone to Haswas and Swanee, both going up 6 positions. The worst race start though, obviously with Mago at this point, minus 12 positions. Unfortunately, the mistakes were his own.
Definitely have to get the stewards to look at that Haz and Crackerjack incident there. As Haz was up to P5, and Polanco, he's around. He saved it though. Oh my.
Oh, Swanee just riding the curbs. Not what we want to be doing after that fast chicane. As currently, is it just Red Bull the only team that are both in the top 10 at this point in time?
No, the Force Indias are both. Sorry, no, just one of the Force Indias, but also the McLarens. As F1 Button's back now into the pits.
So ignore that. So yeah, just the Red Bulls. As Button's back, gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Has in as well. So surprisingly, it's not been the greatest of starts to Bazooka Joe. I was very surprised here because he's normally a very good driver, normally fighting near the front, but today he's not doing so well. Down in 12th. I was really hoping for more. I mean, I say that, but it could just be all part of his strategy, so we'll have to wait and see.
As I said earlier in the race, RKI was definitely one to look out for. He's only 5.2 seconds off Agent Limitless, and he's on the medium tyres.
I'm not going to live this down if he wins it. I'm not going to live this down. A good battle here. Polanco versus Crackerjack. Polanco has DRS on, has Swat in front of him, but Crackerjack's closing in fast. The two of them just very close to each other, the Haas and the Mercedes. Oh,
Polanco off there now. Crackerjack is just looking around.
and he's knocking on his back door here. And surely Crackerjack has to get this move done. As Polanco's moved over to break the slipstream, Crackerjack looks around the outside, but no, Polanco's out. Polanco is off the track and is down positions. Swanee's been overtaken by RT Whitey, who used DRS as well. But it was a mistake from Polanco, which has now led him down and out of 5th place. So we'll look.
A real shame for Polanco, but he's caught back up to Crackerjack. Crackerjack might have had an accident there, or an incident.
Oh, Para's run a bit wide, and Luke Vessel has overtaken and is now up into the top 10 yet again after a poor start, and now has just been able to improve.
As we head back to the front now, it looks like Black Phoenix has gained a non-DRS advantage now, so there's a 1.2 second gap. The Agent Limitless that would really be helping him when it comes to defending.
Ooh, RT Whitey not looking comfortable, and it actually looks like he's cut the corner there of the fast chicane, which will let Swanee get some very good slipstream here. RT Whitey tries to defend the outside line, and it looks like Swanee and him are lagging between each other. Not the greatest sign when there's lag in a league race, but it happens, and we can't really stop that, unfortunately.
And Polanco might have a good run on Crackerjack now, but no, Crackerjack has a great exit there at the last corner.
I think we need to look actually up at Swanee and RT Whitey, as Swanee's going down the inside on the pit lane, easy as you like, as Racing Maestro is also able just to defend from Luke Vessel. Luke Vessel also streaming today's race, so we get all the viewpoints from him. Go check out his YouTube channel. I don't know what it is, so I'll possibly link it later on tonight. Ooh, Mago with the fastest lap.
Mago sets fastest lap. Wow. On the mediums, proving that now possibly the softs are off. Mediums into play, which really would help.
And that is true. Also, Mago does have a lot of space, but so does Black Phoenix. But again, unsure. As Luke Vessel is just really trying his hardest to get past Racing Maestro here. And, and he's got Bazooka.
Seems like RKI has definitely
had Bazooka Joe! Bazooka Joe with a brilliant move up the inside of RKI. Not RKI, sorry. Racing Maestro. Oh! And Racing Maestro has taken out Bazooka Joe. Not on purpose, but he's spun it. Surely this is worthy of a safety car. Bazooka Joe now out of the race. Both the Alpha drivers gone.
Maestro losing the car and taking him out.
That is so unfortunate. And honestly, I feel so bad for Bazooka Joe here. It's RT Whitey's now into the pits. You know, you have to feel for some drivers, and Bazooka Joe has just been caught up in the wrong situation there. Just like everyone's overtaking Racing Maestro. He's not had the best of days, but speaking of good days, Luke Vessel, after having a first lap crash, now back to lap 7 and is up into 8th place. Looking good so far for him.
What lap are we on, sorry?
Lap 7.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, you're just writing down the incident.
I am.
Thank you. Didn't mean to ask you. I'm just keeping with a Crackerjack and a Haswas here. The battle for 4th. The Mercedes versus the Force India. It's Ocon's old team versus Ocon's new team, as Ocon's new team has won it out. So Crackerjack actually doing pretty well so far. Back up to 4th. And he's looking strong, and it could be a good race for him today. I don't expect a podium, but I definitely think top 5's in his grasp.
I think it's going to be coming up the pit time soon now. Next, probably 3 laps, so the pit window will be opening.
I actually just have a look, check who's stopped already. So from 10th place downwards, everyone's had a stop so far.
Yes, they have.
Which means everyone in front, except Paraplays and RKI, should be coming to the pits very, very soon.
I still am going to hold my word that I think RKI is going to be one of the big people to win this race or do something. He's only 7.5 seconds behind the leader, Black Phoenix, and he's on mediums. He could easily stretch this and gain time from going this long distance.
Heather, do you think you can go from mediums to softs though? Because what RKI will have to do is will have to go into the pits onto the mediums. Whereas I know it's possible to stretch those softs to go to at least lap 11 and then jump on to the hards until the end of the race. And that's what the front drivers will be doing.
What RKI is hoping for. He's hoping that them drivers all go on to the hards. As Agent Limitless is into the pits, we'll see now if he goes on to the hards. He does. That's exactly what RKI wants. He wants him. Sorry, is that the medium? No,
it's the hards. It's the hards. Yeah. As Polanco joins
RKI
him.
Wants. He wants him on the hards so RKI can use his fresher hards at the end of the race to gain that lap time back, to get possibly fastest lap, to do them things that give him a track advantage on these other drivers.
RTI's hitting the gravel quite a lot here.
I think he's going to have to work on his DRS deployment or ERS deployment though, as it's definitely not seeming to be his
Buttons back up the inside. Racing Meister over 3 second time penalty as well as RT Whitey's down. But he's got back on Buttons back here. Oh, I keep getting names confused. I'm so sorry. But no, it's not enough to remake the overtake. It's actually a very exciting battle.
For F1 Mansell is back. Very far back here on the track in the Scuderia Ferrari car. Also very sad for Haas, who had pace.
But again, with Haas, I definitely think he can take... Actually, no, I don't think he can take those mediums to a good enough period to go on to another set of medium. Actually, no, he probably could, in all fairness.
He could go mediums, but I doubt he'll be able to do mediums to softs. It would be quite tricky.
No. Well, he's already been on a set of soft tyres, obviously, from the start. So I think he'll go to another pair of mediums.
Watch back now to Agent Limitless is coming up behind Swanee. Swanee on his 8-lap-old softs. Agent Limitless now with DRS. He's going to the inside. And a clean move there. Oh, he goes off a little bit, but he's by.
That's been a very good move. Swanee's back. The Scotsman fighting the man from Plymouth. Don't ask how I know he's from Plymouth. He just has the accent.
Agent Limitless isn't going to like this. His new tyres, he's not going to be able to gain any advantage, really.
As RT Whitey and Buttons back are both fighting as well. The Swanee and Limitless will be a good battle to see. Limitless hoping he can get past the man on the softs. See, Limitless coming in early for those hards. I don't know if his plan is to go back onto the softs near the end. But with going on the hards, you don't really expect to, so... Maybe he's not going fastest lap? I'm unsure. Your thoughts, Dean?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Your thoughts on Agent Limitless and only going on to the hards rather than going to the mediums?
Well, I think that probably is the right strategy to go onto the hards. As Black Phoenix is in now, we're going to see he's onto the hards as well. That promotes RKI into provisional first. Where will Agent Limitless comes out as he comes around the last corner now? Away pulls Black Phoenix.
Black Phoenix is out. No. He's got a big gap to Limitless.
That really hasn't worked in Limitless's favour being behind Swanee. He's lost a lot of time there. 2 seconds approximately.
So there's a yellow flag in Sector 3. I'm not sure who it is. And what's happened. I'll try and have a look. No, I'm actually not sure. I can't see. Never mind. Well, we're going to go watch Paraplays now, as he's been just recently been overtaken by Luke Vettel. Obviously, gone 10 laps on the softs. So those softs should be more or less dying by now. Ooh,
most definitely.
As RKI gets a 3-second time penalty. He's
It's
still
not going to help his long run in this race, especially if he's going to want to use them hards, because it's going to be a difficult one for him towards the end of this Grand Prix, definitely.
I definitely see though, if Luke Vettel can take them to maybe lap 12, he could possibly go on a 17 lap stint on the mediums. Is that physically possible?
It definitely could be if the softs are going to go lap 11 here, like Has was, who basically let Black Phoenix through, try not to hold him up. Now he's pitting. Will Swanee follow too? No, Swanee's going to continue. A real surprise there. What about Luke Vettel?
Luke Vettel going in. I know that should be hard.
Well.
So Swanee staying out on the softs, Cracker Jack also staying out on the softs. Paraplays up into 6th, and Mago now up in front of his teammate again, back into 7th.
I definitely think the people who's pitting now from the softs could go for the mediums, but they would be having bad tyre in the long run, if I'm being honest.
Oh, that was a dirty move there from... Well, I wouldn't say dirty, but it was a not very orthodox move. Yeah, from M. Polanco. Unfortunately, the Australia pit lane does screw up people like that. And Haswas really was on the receiving end of that. Pit lane drivers, obviously, if you have... pit release assist is off to stop things like this. But... Wait, no. Pit assist is off to stop things like this. So pit drivers should have to brake for the people out on track. Is that a person who just left, or was that a time penalty? Which did I miss?
That is a time penalty there now.
Okay, that's fine. I was just checking. But yeah. So not great. Oh, Crackerjack in the pits. RKI joining him.
RKI too.
Black Phoenix to the fastest lap of the race so far. RKI onto the hards. Limitless in front of it. Crackerjack's gone to the mediums. Oh.
This is what RKI wanted. Now he'll be able to poach on Agent Limitless with his brand new tires. 4 lap younger softs. That makes a huge difference
hards.
Here. Formula One hards. Medium tires if you're going back to last year.
Yeah, I missed the old tyre selections, but oh well. Anyway, RTYC and Buttons back. These two keep having a ding-dong battle, and I am very much enjoying it. Because they've just been...
Swanee and Haswas now.
Oh no.
Oh, and there's contact there. My voice is beginning to go. Has is right behind them.
Oh gosh, Has no. Oh, is the Williams just trying to make over the Force India? Really stopping that there. But this is the battle for a point. I mean, a point's not much in all fairness, but that's still a big point to gain.
Well, it's more than George Russell has scored this year.
Unfortunately. Russell deserves that point more than bits of it. Oh well. Oh, Hazard losing quite a lot of time there from the chicane. But he's got DRS to gain it back. The out of fighting here between these guys will be allowing Luke Vettel to really get back in on the action and hopefully fight for the top 10. So we're actually at the halfway point of this race already, which is quite surprising. It's been a very enjoyable one.
Quite surprised my voice hasn't went yet.
Neither I. Actually, I've got some water here just in case, but I haven't needed it yet, so I'm in good shape.
Well, it's my first time commentating, and I would say that I'm definitely up to pars with that one guy that liked the scream from earlier F1 days. Murray Walker, that's his name.
Oh, well, oh, Hazard braking very, very late and hitting Haswas. Right in the way. Haswas with a spin, and I am definitely going to have to refer back to that with the stewards, as Mago's overtaken Para, who's gone 13 laps on his hards already. I'll leave that to you for you to put in the chat, as Luke Vettel's overtaken Has UK. Has UK has been bumped off by Haswas there.
This is getting personal now between them two drivers. Very personal.
This could spark a long rivalry between the Aussie and the Icelandian. Was it Icelandian?
I think so. As F1 Button's back going on a mad dive on Diablo. What a move. But Diablo's still there. Oh, fuck. Sorry.
Oh, as Haas is out.
Oh.
I'm not sure what happened. I think there was a move made on Haas UK. Either that or they spun at the chicane. I'm not sure which.
Will I remind the stewards?
Yes, you should remind the stewards, aka like me and the others.
Yeah.
As Haas UK more or less out of this race now, as he's having to pit yet again.
And seems to have left the chat.
Oh well, that's a shame. Looking at Crackerjack, he's now back behind his old teammate. Well, no, not his old teammate, sorry, his older teammate, Para Plays. Crackerjack obviously the first driver. I'm wondering if Para will be giving him slipstream, he'll be letting him past. And it looks like they'll both be waiting for the DRS, which will really help Crackerjack, you know, boost himself up and go for Mago. Mago obviously on those 12 lap old mediums. Para not really looking like too much of a threat as he's letting Crackerjack through. I like the good teammates here. You know,
someone that we haven't really talked about yet is
Mago.
Is Crackerjack. The mediums, he went from them the softs to the mediums, and it's really worked out well for him. He's avoided incidents and stuff. He's now waving off his teammate there, telling him to slow down. You're on your old tires. Let me do the work, teammate. Let me bring in the points. He could catch RKI. It's only 11 seconds, and then mediums. But he's gonna have to do it quick.
Well, he's got 13 laps to do it, so we'll have to wait and see. But what I also want to see is if the gap between RKI and Limitless will keep going down. So that's a very nice helicopter cam view. I have to say, I'd like to see more of this. There needs to be an option just for helicopter cam. Cody's, sort it out.
Yes, Codemasters, sort it out now.
Yes, do it. Do it.
Do it.
Go to the dark side, Cody's. Give us the helicopter cams we need.
As we move on now, Black Phoenix has crashed.
Wait, what?
I got you. Yeah, Black Phoenix didn't crash. He's just gaining more and more time on Limitless and RKI here. I don't think.
Why were you doing that to me? My little ticker can't take it. As Swanee's looking out the inside of RTY2, who's done 9 laps on his soft so far. He can probably go in the pit. I'd say if I was RTY2, go in the pits this lap, get yourself some fresh mediums, son, and then fight for that 10th position. Yeah, as he'll be in front of Hazard if he pits. But the longer he waits,
he could bring this another lap, maybe 2, and go on to another pair of softs if he really wants. That could give him fastest lap of the race.
And to me, it looks like the sun's just gone down a bit there. I believe that might be the weather changing to overcast, meaning the track will be, well, a little bit less hot. Yeah. How was I thinking? Little less hot rather than cooler.
You know, some people's brains work in mysterious ways. As RKI now is gaining, he's gaining that from 4.8 seconds to 3.9 now on Agent Limitless. As his older 8-lap hards are probably starting to tip off.
Swanee gets a bit of contact with RTYT here. Obviously, Swanee knows he doesn't want to be kept up in this battle for ages.
Definitely not. Not once Button is pulling away a little bit, but he's probably going to have to pit Button on them tyres. Same with Para.
Yeah, Button and Para are definitely both going to have to pit. There's no doubts on that one. I think, and the only one person who will need to pit is RTYT here. Oh, and at Racing Meister, obviously.
Well, let's just point out that I did tip RKI, put money on it, put everything on him getting a podium today, and it's
no, you said win.
As of right now. No, I said podium. We can track it back.
You said win as RTYT goes into the pits.
To remind them.
Swanee now up into 8th. Luke Vettel down up in 9th as well. Mago gets back into the top 10 with the fastest lap of the race yet again, stealing it back from Black Phoenix. Currently Mago looking the best so far.
Diablo onto
to
the
get
mediums
fastest
now,
laps.
but he's not moving out of his pit box, and there he goes now. That's not going to help Diablo at all.
Australia's pit lane is just so awful. That's just a personal thing, yeah.
RKI now down to 3.3 seconds on Agent Limitless.
But Limitless is also losing time to the leader, Black Phoenix.
By some distance as well.
Yeah. See, now, I'd just like to comment that I put the bet on for RKI taking the win. I didn't think you said podium.
No, I said podium.
Oh. Well, I want to retract my bet then.
Well, no. That's not happening.
Because I know who's definitely going to get third. And I could have said that from the start.
Maybe a suspicious character will log on to his PlayStation account and his car will crash.
Oh, Mago making the mistake of Luke Vettel. I did not see that coming at all. And I was looking at the timings and I didn't even notice it. Mago clearly looking for some more points than just 2 at this current point. Now up to 3. As he's got fastest lap at the current point at this point in time as well. As he's overtaken Swan. Oh, Luke Vettel there. No.
Polanco's in the wall. Polanco's in the wall. Real shame there for the Puerto Rican, Cuban. I can't remember.
I would like you to put in the chat to look at lap 19 incident between Swanee and Luke Vettel. As to me, that was a very dirty move from Luke Vettel. Trying something that just shouldn't have happened. As Polanco is now down another position to Mago. Right, Mago's been on a charge today. With 9 laps to go. Oh, Luke Vettel's hit the wall. Swanee going round his inside. Up his inside? Right, I don't care. It's somewhere to the inside, mate. And he's now back up into 9th. Luke Vettel back down to 10th. There's Ziggello in Sector 2. It's Hazard. Oh no, it's Haz. Sorry, not Hazard. Haz in the wall.
Backwards now on the track as Black Phoenix there. Oh, Black Phoenix could have easily got damage in that.
Hazard not having the greatest of starts to the race as
Here he comes now. Mansell behind him.
Mansell in front of him, you mean? As Button's back, he's got a 5-second penalty for speed in the pit lane. Hazard looks to be really losing it.
His teammate Agent Limitless now lets through. Will he be a cunt? Sorry, you can't say that. Will he hold up? RKI.
Oh dear. And 4 drivers now out onto the softs. Para, Button, Polanco and Luke Vettel YouTube. All looking to get fastest lap here.
Oh my god, that's ridiculous. We're going to have to throw that down as an incident there on lap 20. He knew he had damage. He's just slowed down RKI now, who's lost 5 tenths from that. Ridiculous.
Do we have an Ocon here? Sorry, I just needed to make that meme again. Anyway, in other news, Racing Maestro has gone back into the pits. And it looks like this battle for, a few points is going to be very, very intense. With Buttons back, RTYT, Polanco and Luke Vettel all very close to each other. All fighting for points. Well, for 1 point each. You know, only 3 of them can technically get those points positions, so one of them will be missing out. And at the moment, I actually think it will be RTYT San Diablo. I mean, he is the man on the mediums. And, well, he's been on them longer. You can't really say much else.
So yeah, it's quiet down now, not many people fighting or close, but it's going to be tight for that top 10 battle as Luke Vettel falling off a wee bit, but on them brand new soft tires looking for fastest laps in with Polanco. F1 Buttons back and Power plays.
as Tracker Jack gets a 3-second time penalty, which more or less cuts out his hopes of getting third place. As there's a yellow flag in sector 3.
Yeah, that's going to be Mansell getting out of the way of RKI, as RKI is powering and charging in the last 7 laps now, hoping that he can catch Agent Limitless.
So I actually think this is a good point to talk whilst there's only really one current fight going on, and that's between Polanco and Artie Whitey. But during this season we have introduced driver transfers, which I haven't told anyone about yet. Well, actually I've told the league guys about, but anyone who's not watched the league, you don't know this. That's a good move from Polanco. But there are driver transfers between different teams. So just before Belgium, or I believe actually just after Belgium, it's around Belgium, drivers will be able to change teams, possibly, and unfortunately it's only up or down between a certain few teams. So drivers in Williams won't be signing for Mercedes or Ferrari, for example, but they might have a chance to sign for Force India instead. So for example, Toro Rosso will go to Red Bull, Haas will go to Ferrari, or Alfa will go to Ferrari. You know, people in the same manufacturer group will be able to transfer between each other, with McLaren also being linked to Mercedes as well. So just to let you know, that's happening, and there'll be a separate video on all the driver transfers when they happen. Back to the race.
As we're back now, we can see RKI's got that gap down to 3 seconds to Agent Limitless, as Black Phoenix pulls way off into the distance. There's no need for his level of speed. He's Lightning McQueen at this point.
The funny thing is, Lightning McQueen isn't even that fast. He's just lucky.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Who's that in Sector 3 this time? Is it Hazard? Nope, it's not even Haz. Who's in Sector 3 is Crash then?
I couldn't tell you.
Neither could I, that's what I was wondering. And currently nobody's really super close to each other. And Polanco and Artie Whitey have kind of just both separated a bit. I think it was Haz in all fairness, who crashed. RKI looking to be gaining just enough to Limitless so that he might be able to get DRS by lap 27, maybe 28.
Well, that's nearly 9 tenths in 1 lap there now. RKI really on the charge here. He wants this second place. And I said earlier, he is my favourite driver to be one of the outsiders. As we talk about Black Phoenix as being one of the main men, the Lewis Hamilton, I think RKI is the Lado Norris, the man, the myth, the legend. Yes.
I would just like to comment that of all the people who have bad races, there are so many people who have had such a good race. For example, Swanee and Paraplays have both gone up 8 places each and have looked very, very comfortable in doing so. And to be honest, I think Para could still get another one here if he's able to close up to Swanee. There's another yellow flag in Sector 3. As that's Artie Whitey. Oh, both must have been different names, but oh, who cares? As he's now down to 11th, whilst his teammate gets 10th place. Obviously, Luke Vessel, looking at his quali, he will be, well, most likely charging in for the title race, hopefully. But for today's race, anything honestly could count because he'll need it. So another yellow flag.
Remember back now, actually, RKI is gaining on Agent Limitless, but he does have time penalties. He has 1 time penalty that's really going to impact him with 4 laps to go here.
Artie Whitey into the pits as Hazard's being overtaken by an AI and has gone back into the pits. Haz has had one of the worst races of his career. That's another 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Haz down in 15th. Artie Whitey coming out in 12th position behind Mansell. Oh no, actually no, behind Racing Maestro.
Breaking news coming off of Hazwaz's departure from this Grand Prix. He's claimed that he's leaving the Force India group. He has left the Rising Phoenix group chat. Will he return? Is this just an uproar for his incident, or what is going on?
Well, we'll find out later. And by that I mean next week.
Yes. As we catch back up to RKI, that's 1.2 seconds. Make that 4.2 seconds if you include the penalties. He's going to have to take him out or something if he wants this second place.
I don't think those extreme measures will be needed, but I can definitely see Limitless's tyres are going off. He's lost a hell of a lot of time to Black Phoenix, even since lap 20. I think it's been almost a second a lap for him. And Limitless has barely any ERS either, and RKI even has DRS now, so I'm guaranteeing this should be all over for Agent Limitless within the next DRS straight. Well, not this one, but the one after.
Yeah, RKI, if he gets a good run there in this corner with his fresher tyres. He broke a bit late. No, he hasn't. That's a decent run.
I mean the middle DRS section, not this one.
Oh, okay.
I forgot this one even existed. Well, I'm expecting this Toro Rosso to be able to get second place here. And as it's lap 26, soon we'll have to be thinking about our driver of the day. Obviously, I know who your money's going on for driver of the day.
Definitely, I think RKI's done well today, and other shouts has to be Cracker Jack, possibly.
I definitely
Cracker
think
Jack.
Swanee.
Sorry, not Cracker Jack. Swanee, Power Plays, RKI.
Oh
my God!
RKI's crashed.
I can't believe I'm gonna kill myself.
Whoa, no, let's not say that on here.
Oh, I know, but like, oh no, my reputation as a pundit. Oh no, Cracker Jack's up into oh no, oh no, after me saying that he's gonna. Oh no.
RKI out of this race.
Can we get a rip in the chat, boys?
That is an unfortunate scene. As Racing Maestro here is fighting Mansell's back for what will now be 10th place. This is the fight for 10th.
I can't believe it. This is probably the saddest day in Formula One history.
And there goes Racing Maestro past Mansell's back. See, they don't know RKI's out. Oh, Mansell's back has hit Racing Maestro, late braking there from the Ferrari. We're going to have to look at that incident. Lap 27.
Yep.
As Mansell's back lost his wing there, as lost part of his wing in that as well. Oh no, he didn't actually. But Racing Maestro's been caught by RT Whitey here. So either one of these two could be within the chance to get that 1 point. There's a yellow flag in sector 1. Mansell's back for a 3-second time penalty. Who's crashed this time? I can't tell. There's yellow flags in sector 1 and sector 2. As it looks to be Power Plays, who's I think must have spun it there.
Oh no, Power Plays! I can't believe that he was going for driver of the day and everything.
Oh, just like Swanee then. Not like Swanee, just like RKI. It's all jokes. The drivers know it's just jokes.
No, it's not. It's not jokes because I take it very seriously.
Yeah, I'll
there's yellows and sector 2 there.
Oh,
that's Diablo.
No, it's Luke Vettel who's crashed.
No, it's Diablo.
No, Luke Vettel crashed and has now actually lost out quite a bit of time there.
Oh my God, as we look now, Mansell has got into the points. A shocker.
A man who's been running at the back most of today's race has been able to get into the points, but Racing Maestro
He
and
literally qualified second last, and now Luke Vettel will have to pit with them. There's no front wing light that he's
Bottas
running.
back, and N Polanco, I think it made contact. As N Polanco keeps hitting a wall there, not sure what's going on with him. Looks like his steering is quite loose. As Has UK sets the fastest lap, and he won't be getting the fastest lap point because it's more or less impossible.
Luke Vettel really taking care now. He's gonna continue on without pitting. Will Mansell be able to catch him?
I honestly don't know. But he's on the back of Crackerjack. But he's taken to turn one very, very dangerously there. Mansell has to gain 7 seconds within this lap. Racing Maestro has to gain 1.2 seconds in this lap to get at least a point. And unfortunately for RTYT, he just looks down and out.
As there we watch Black Phoenix, who comes around the penultimate corner.
As he
Now the last corner
will take the
Your
checkered
winner.
flag here.
of the Australian Grand Prix. Black Phoenix.
As he sets the
Quite
fastest
dominant.
lap as well.
Wow.
That is domination for him. Across the line goes
Very much.
Para, confirming 8th place. Agent Limitless will probably be the next man across the line, I think. As there's a yellow flag in Sector 3, don't say it's Crackerjack.
It's Hans.
Oh, of course it has. Agent Limitless comes home in 2nd place. I think the next man home will be Crackerjack, taking 3rd.
Will Mansell get Luke Vettel though? With 2 corners to go. Luke Vettel slow. Mansell, will he have the run? Luke Vettel going slow.
Oh, no, he's got...
Oh no, Luke Vettel got
No,
him.
Luke Vettel takes that there. As Mansell's dropped down to 11th, Racing Maestro
Oh, no.
gains positions due to penalties. Crackerjack does confirm 3rd. Mago gets 4th. And wow, RTY's even overtaking due to penalties. Mansell having quite bad luck in that scenario. Hazard couldn't even finish the race. Oh, poor Hazard. Is he waiting for our last...
Definitely Swanee for my driver of the day now.
I agree
Great
with that.
drive by him. From P14 to P5, the Red Bull, proving that the Toro Rosso is still their bitch.
You can't say that on stream.
I just did. I lost all faith in RKI.
Now, we would like to invite the top 3 drivers of today's race to join us for post-race interviews. So, if you don't mind, could you invite them? Whilst I just or suggest
Phone
them.
Party.
Just suggest them.
I don't have them added.
Just look at their usernames and invite them.
Okay, let's see who I am inviting today. So Black Phoenix.
Black Phoenix, Crackerjack, and Agent Limitless. Oh, Hazard having a bit of a moment in chat at Crackerjack. We'll have to look at these incidents obviously after the stream. But it was a good race to start off with from Black Phoenix, getting the win, starting 2nd, finishing 1st. Limitless starting first, finishing 2nd, and Crackerjack coming up from 5th. See, the driver that's most improved from the start was Swanee, getting both of our driver of the days. With people like Polanco.
I can't.
Oh, okay, I'll just suggest them then. Invite them myself, sorry. No, I'm just... yeah, well, I know you're sad about that, but now you don't get to talk about it, so... Whilst I just try and find Agent Limitless on my friends list... Is there anyone else who really stood out today?
Probably Swanee. As you do the interviews, I will leave you. and go
Okay.
and have my tea.
Well, thank you for joining us, and we can't wait to see you next week for race number 3. Obviously,
See you next Saturday.
bye. Obviously, Dean
Right.
only is able to stay here every other week, or every other race, so whilst you just wait for driver interviews, which I hope you put in the chat. And yeah, hello, Black Phoenix.
Hello.
We're just waiting for the other 2 drivers who are on the podium for driver interviews.
Okay.
A lot's actually gone down in today's race, but yeah. Oh, I need to change party size. There's only 2 people. Silly me. There you go. So, how was the race for you?
Good.
Generic responses.
Very quick. So, especially
Well-
when I went on hard, it felt very quick.
Well, obviously, you did do quite well fighting off Black Phoenix. Well, fighting against Agent Luminous from the start. Obviously, you got our fastest lap point as well at the end of the race. So that's 26 points for you and your McLaren team to start off with, not even including your teammate. So well done for the win. Now, who else has joined us here? We have Crackerjack. Hi, Crackerjack. You got your mic set to be shared. Have you got your mic set to be shared so you can do driver interviews? Ugh. So basically in party settings there's an option, hold on, let me just look myself. There's an option that says party settings, and it's like, allow your voice to be shared. Just put it to, like, this party only or something, you know.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. So, 3rd place is actually quite a good result for you, I have to say. I mean, wow.
Dry, locked up, hit hairs at the start. It's a bit angry now, but surprised with the soft and medium strategy work.
Yeah, obviously, you did luck out a bit with RKI there. Do you think you could have caught him if the race was like maybe a few laps longer?
No, he was faster than me on the hards, and I was on the mediums, so there's no way. Yeah.
Well, you did get 3rd place, and you raced very well. Just want to ask though, why is Hazza annoyed with you?
Second to last corner, like lap 2, I locked up a bit, got a little slight tap from behind, locked up, and just spun him around, and
Okay.
had like 6 cars blocked up, but
Okay.
not bad. That's too bad.
Well done to both of you for today's race. We obviously, do you know where the next track is?
No.
The answer should be yes. It's Bahrain.
Oh yeah, okay. Oh, okay. I knew that.
Yeah. You just remembered miraculously, yeah.
Yeah.
Where do you 2 think you'll finish for Bahrain?
I don't know. Depends if they're spinning.
Okay, I'll say it for him. Black Phoenix is going to win, and I'm just going for a top 5.
Well, that's good to hear for both of you. Obviously, you have Black Phoenix. Yeah. Looking very dominant out there again. To be fair, there are races where I know you're bad at, so can't wait for them. You might actually get a different winner.
Just need another commentator's curse, and I'll
Yeah.
get another podium.
Don't worry, I'll make sure to have that for Bahrain. Who do you want me to take out this time?
If you want to get Black Phoenix, I don't mind.
Yeah, sure thing. Black Phoenix, next race I'm taking you out.
Okay.
Just from the start I'm going to start raving about Black Phoenix. Okay, well, thank you all ever so much for watching, and thanks to the drivers for, driving. Duh. Wait, what else are they doing? And we will see you Friday night, same time, around about 8:20 p.m. for Bahrain on obviously Friday. Then Saturday is when the calendar really shapes up and we completely change up the tracks. So I've been your host, so we had Dean here as well. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.